do this.
Is it really a good idea to keep stuffing your mouth before you start the intro?
Sorry, it's a fucking good cookie.
They are good cookies.
As I have my mouth full of these delicious, scrumptious, vegan cookies. What's going on, guys? My name is Mr. Jake Turbo, and I'm back with another first ever podcast with my friends.
Woo! Hello.
Hello.
Please say your names.
I'm Jessica.
I'm Denise.
And today we're talking about stuff. My fucking voice cracked, Jesus.
Just random stuff, you know? It just be like that.
Alright, guys, what's the topic for today?
Let's talk about these vegan cookies, you know, and how they're free of the vegans. Right, Denise? is that your secret recipe?
Free of the vegans.
Well, that's what you said.
I don't think vegans are in the cookies.
No vegans were harmed in the making of these cookies.
That's great.
Oh my god, that's so good.
I feel so much better. Okay.
I feel like
This is for my ASMR fans.
Ew, don't do that. Come on. Come on, Gaetano.
Love you, Alex. Okay,
So, let's see. It's August right now, so we're halfway through our summer vacation. How are we feeling, guys?
sad.
Too real.
Sad.
And why are you sad, Denise?
Because I went to my university orientation as part of, it was just teaching us how to choose our courses yesterday, and I walk into the room and somebody's already crying.
Oh, that's a great way to start.
Yeah.
This girl was bawling, and then I saw some guy from my program, I'm in philosophy, and he was wearing a tweed suit and a newsboy cap, and I'm this is so weird. I'm not used to all these new people, and also there's a lot of courses to choose. So
How many courses in total?
Yeah.
well, there's I don't know, but it's 20 hours a week.
Oh, so how many do you have to do for a semester?
I think
courses.
there's 5 or 6 a semester.
Okay.
Which isn't too bad, but also on top of having to live on my own and figure out all that stuff. I love water.
I was gonna say, guys, if you're wondering, that's water. We're in the
and
basement of the lovely Denise right now.
Delise.
Delise.
Denise.
I'm gonna change
We're
my
in the
name.
basement of Denice's person.
Wow.
We are. So how are you feeling about university right now? After...
Oh yeah, because you're the only one in the room
Yes.
that's actually going
we
this
should
September.
clarify that
Well,
Denise over
kaboom.
here is she's graduating and she's going off to what school, Denise?
Ryerson. It's exciting.
Go hit her up at Ryerson, guys.
Yes.
Literally walking there were 5 people from U of T bashing Ryerson. It was a great
Really?
time. They're Ryerson fucking sucks. It's not even a university.
Lord.
It's this is fine. This is fine.
Welcome to Ryerson, guys.
Welcome to Toronto, everyone.
Yeah.
Welcome to Toronto. Yeah.
And you've had an interesting summer, Gaetano. Care to
explanage?
yes,
You're
care
doing
to
great
explanage?
at Carrying on this conversation.
No, it's because
Let me
Jess
just
is
say-
the professional interviewer.
I'm not-
This was out of the blue, guys. This was not
Because-
scripted at all.
Because why? Because Jessica wants to get into Ryerson too for journalism. So hit her up. Are you?
True,
Oh,
true.
wow. Put this on your portfolio.
Oh,
Hey.
I wish I did work on.
Interviewing her friends.
Oh yeah, that would be the dream.
So, my summer went really absolutely incredible in that I went to Italy for a month.
Woot woot.
And thank you, Denise. And I've never been to Europe in my life. It was an experience of a lifetime in that I got to learn so much more about my roots and my ethnicity and everything, and see family I've never met before there. And it was overall amazing. And the 2 weeks I spent on touring, and then 2 weeks I spent with family, both sides of my family, my mom's dad and my dad's side. My mom's dad? What? My mom's side and my dad's side, both absolutely polite. They just took us in as if we were already family there and everything, and that it was a really welcoming experience. And that yeah, and I have a lot of footage, and I'm worried because I have about 400 gigabytes worth of footage.
Oh, it's a lot.
That's a lot of footage.
A lot of footage.
So, holy crap. And yeah, so montage coming soon, hopefully at the end of the summer, we'll hope. I still have to get the Sears vlogs out too,
Yes.
which the first one should be coming out tomorrow.
Yay!
Yay! Oh my god!
So, Denise, I have to later also show you the what I have so far. Of the,
Oh,
the first one. It's a rough copy and it's 3/4 done.
Yeah!
So
I'm so excited.
they get a sneak peek to see it. Wow! All right. And yeah,
Awesome.
Jess, what about your summer vacation so far?
Look
My
at
summer.
this interviewer.
Wow.
Tell.
My summer, well, let's just say it's been a learning experience this summer. And by learning experience, I've just been swamped with school. Because, what have I done? Summer school. And that, yeah, no, I can hear the crickets chirping. It's not that much fun. It isn't, but it's going to be fun next year when I have a spare.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say you're not gonna regret it next year.
But the thing is that most of it's been like school, because right after I did summer school, I finished, got my grade A+, you know how it be. It just be like that sometimes. Thank you guys.
Be like that.
You know, and then right after I started driving school, so that's pretty fun.
You finished it too yesterday, right?
Yeah, I did actually. So now I'm like, I have no more learning this summer, and I'm just gonna unplug my brain
It's
and
so
just
good.
relax. And I guess I don't know what's next.
What did you? Who did you take for driving school?
I did Ultimate Drivers. So basically, it was a 4-day course, and you get like a discount because it's like condensed.
Yeah, and it was
everything?
you, Izzy, and Dana, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. So it was pretty
I love
fun.
Dana.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was
Love you,
great.
Dana.
Shout out to Dana. She's leaving today for Alberta. So
Oh,
she's gonna
really?
be on- Yeah.
Wait,
so-
is she moving or can't
No.
remember?
Her dad moved back just for work.
Oh, okay.
She's
yeah,
gonna
of
go back
course.
next summer, which we don't like to talk about because I don't want her to
She's
leave.
gonna go back for sure.
Yeah, she's going out west for school. We don't. She doesn't know where.
Oh,
We
for
have
school.
once
for
we
school.
apply.
So she might come back to visit there. You know, there.
Yeah, we'll hope. But she's.
Whoa. He's
Yeah.
having an emotional time now.
You're having an emotional time. I've been having this emotional time since I found out Dana wants to go back. But yeah,
Could
I don't know. I know. I'm gonna miss that beautiful soul and her dog. It's mostly her dog Coda.
I saw the post the other day where it's just like, oh, I'll see you soon, beautiful, and then it's like, and Dana. Or
Yeah,
something like that.
and Dana. Yeah, because her dog is beautiful and he's great, and I love him a
I
lot.
love Coda so much.
Oh yeah, Coda's great. He's the real star of the Lysak
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Him and Dana's mom,
Oh, yeah. Diane, right?
Diane. Yes. Shout out to Diane.
Yeah, she drove us and she brought Coda. We went to
Oh,
go
yeah.
watch Mamma Mia 2, and she
Yeah.
brought Coda in the car.
Oh,
And I
yes.
was just hugging Coda the entire time, and it
Yep.
was the greatest. I was like gonna cry, tears of like happiness. It was great, and the dog's so fluffy.
Yeah. She brought, I remember when we were driving back from Panic, because I haven't just been at school, I've been going to concerts, and Panic at the Disco was
Yeah.
one of them. And
Just
so,
a panic.
I know, she said Panic. I was like,
Panic at
what's
the
Panic? I was
Disco.
like, oh, Panic at the Disco, yeah.
No, it's just Panic, because it was a panic. That was for sure. Anyways, she brought him back, and he was sitting in the car, and he just, like, sat right on top of me, and I was in love. I was, like, in awe.
You're like, oh my god, it's a furry being on my lap.
This feeling.
Yeah, it was the best. And that's pretty much been my summer so far. I know, not fun. But
All right, let's go over to Denise now. Denise,
yes.
Hi.
we're gonna let's do a round of random questions. Not random questions, like questions for you about next year, about this
Yeah.
summer, or even about the past.
Hey.
So, what are you most excited for university?
Oh, freedom, 100%. And the reason that we're filming this at my place is because I'm not allowed to leave my house. 100% freedom.
Jess, what about you? What are you most excited for in September for our last year of high school?
Wait, I'm gonna grab something.
I guess I'm just excited to finally get started on the last year. You know, it's going to be pretty chill. Both semesters aren't going to be a lot of work. And I think I'm just excited to have a good time and spend it with some great people before we all graduate.
Yeah.
And so you, Mr. Paratori, what are you excited for come September?
You know what? I'll be honest, I'm just excited to get out of that place.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Because every school at one point or another feels like a jail cell.
That is true.
And especially when you have to learn things that you don't exactly agree with,
Right.
that I will not state for purpose and reason.
Yes.
But I am excited for this year though, however, because my first semester of this year starts off fairly easy in that
Nice.
first period is, it was a spare, and then I
Nice.
changed it, so now it's foods. It's a cooking class.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Hopefully, I'm praying I get the savior, Mr. White.
I'm sure you will. He's the one that
'Cause
teaches the senior classes.
If I don't, I'm genuinely
You're gonna
going
drop
to
it.
drop it because
too.
I would rather take a spare.
Fair enough.
Because I'd rather drop if I took foods first period first semester,
Oh, I think you were telling me.
and if I don't get white, I'm sincerely dropping it because
Yeah, I would recommend.
low key as of like one thing I wanted to do in high school was I wanted to have Mr. White as my teacher for something,
Yeah.
and being able to learn how to cook and having him as a teacher is a fucking like amazing combo.
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah. But yeah, I have that first period foods. Then I have second period, I believe, is film.
Okay.
Then third period like lunch, fourth period photography, and then fifth period drama.
Oh, but we don't have fifth period anymore.
Well, I just say in that order because I don't know
Yeah.
the fucking schedule at this
No,
point.
it basically period 3 is just divided.
Messed, bro.
It is, especially that it's our last year and they finally decided to change the schedule. It's like, all right, just mess with us a little bit before we leave.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So glad I'm not going to school.
You're so lucky about the time change. Like, oh my gosh, it sounds so stupid. Yeah, we get to get out of school for up to like 20 minutes earlier, but who cares?
it doesn't.
I'd rather
only
have a
20
full
minutes.
lunch. Exactly, I'd rather have a full lunch.
I would too, to be honest.
And the love that they don't give the students a chance to vote, or even the parents. It was just the board that chose it.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
board, but the board just loves to intrude on.
Oh,
A
they
lot of
love
stuff.
to hate on us.
They love it so much. They just love to choose.
Because they think everything is best for their youth,
and
without their youth's input.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
even parents or community members or even like actual school councils. But we're not gonna get into that.
We're
This
not
is
gonna
all
get into that because that's a
lighthearted
bit political, and we're not
Yeah.
all about that. Denise, what did you bring down?
I wrote down. Okay,
Hashtag no filter.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Ooh.
But basically, when we were we're still in the process of finding an apartment. Basically, this is the first present my mom got me for the apartment. Basically, it's just a bunch of like questions, and it starts like conversation, and they're like
Ooh.
actually great. Pick a card.
Pick a curd.
Pick a card, and we'll talk about it.
All right.
So we're not just like awkward silence, you know.
Ooh, these are good.
They're good.
I already picked one, and I like it already.
Oh, I'm
I love
excited.
it.
If you had 10,000 hours to spend mastering a skill, what would you choose?
Huh.
First one to like get an idea, we'll start off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
Skill.
Personally, I think I would try to master the skill of cooking
okay.
or anything that's like making food related.
Uh-huh.
Because I feel like I love cooking, but sometimes I'm not the best at it.
Mhm.
Right? I'm good
Right.
at baking, but everyone's good at baking usually.
Yeah.
Actually, you'd be surprised.
But I don't know, like if we're talking general skills, I would say cooking. Like I would spend a lot of time. No, you know what? Nope, change it. Editing.
Editing.
Special effects, anything like that, it would be mastering editing.
That's pretty cool.
Because, and it goes for video editing and photography, like photo editing.
Cool.
So Photoshop and video editing.
Makes sense. Maybe you'll get the NTS vlog. Super out there.
What about you guys?
I don't know. I was thinking like, okay, it's 10,000 hours, right? Wait, 10,000 hours. I feel like I was gonna say like learning how to organize because organization is a skill because I'm so bad at it. But like I hate organization, so I don't want to spend 10,000 hours doing that.
I feel like I would
That's
just
not
die
fair.
after the first hour.
You know, I'd have like 10 mental breakdowns within the first hour.
Exactly,
I don't
like-
think that'd be beneficial for me.
Like,
I'm
times
good
that
at
by
I'm good at
10,000.
organizing things when it comes to like if other people are involved. Like I'm good at organizing. I would think like when it comes to parties and stuff, but I'm not good at organizing my own room.
Oh, my room is
That
like
is
a
true.
pigsty.
Yeah,
I feel that.
like my room is like my parents always say it's like someone let a tornado loose in there and then
Oh,
let
same.
a stampede of bulls come through, and then a bunch of vultures came and just started picking at everything.
Yeah. But I guess I'd master like vocal control for like singing and stuff. That'd be a fun
Ooh.
skill to like.
Yeah, that's so true too. Singing would be awesome. No,
Like-
but I would say with editing and learning to
Yeah.
edit
How
is
about you,
better.
Jess?
Me, I don't know. I feel like I would be trying to learn another language, or at
Oh,
least
that's
maybe
so
two
true.
at
That's
the
so
same
cool.
time.
That's a good answer.
I want to
Thank
finish
you.
learning French fully and stuff.
I know. For me, I'd want to
Bonjour.
learn. Comment ça va?
Bonjour.
Comment ça va?
Ça va bien, et tu?
Et tu?
Et tu? Oui.
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 Yes.
See, that's why
I can speak French. Baguette.
I would
Croissant.
Croissant,
Un
chocolat.
Au revoir.
au revoir.
Bibliothèque. The
Bibliothèque.
library. That was my favorite word when I learned. But I would want to learn like Portuguese or Italian or both since I have
Oh, Italian
10,000
too.
hours because like I can't. My parents can speak it fluently and my grandparents can, and like it's just funny to see how like family members of mine can speak it and I've grown up
my
listening
God.
to it, but I don't know how to speak it, and that's where
Hashtag
I'm just
water.
like I would want to learn that or even learn something cool like Mandarin. Or
I feel like learning one language would be hard because I feel like I get bored of it. So I'd probably put 2 or 3 so I could like interchange them.
True.
Because if you learn one language 10 hours straight or 10 hours to have that, I feel like you get a bit like
True.
repetitive and like, okay, am I going to cipher here this one, right?
Yeah.
Depending how you learn it.
Another one that would be cool to learn, ASL. I started learning it
That's
last
so
summer.
true.
And, like,
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I love
aunt,
ASL.
My aunt is actually a
They opened
She
up
was
an
a
ASL Starbucks in the US or something.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
they did.
Saw
They
that,
did.
yeah.
And there's a restaurant in Toronto that has ASL servers.
Yeah.
Seriously?
So they can
That's so
communicate
awesome.
with like
I
deaf
can
people.
say champagne.
I can
I
say, I think this is, no, what is this? There's something where it's like this, where it's like a cap. I can't remember
Yeah.
if it's hello or welcome or
This
hi.
Is this
know.
mom? No, mom.
No, the mom's here. Everything.
Dad.
Dana
Mom,
is
dad.
learning it, but she knows everything. Like any female like pronouns. So like mom, they're always below. The male ones are always up top. So mom's like the bottom of the cheek. Go like mom, then dad, and then there's grandma and grandpa, and they're all. You'll notice all the feminine ones are below the face. The male ones are at the top.
This is
I can-
banana.
One of the things I love to see too is when you go on like America's Got Talent, you see people that come up and they're like half deaf or something, and they get interpreters.
Yeah.
And those people, when one of the interpreters I saw for a singer, I can't remember her name was, but she was last season and she sang a song called Try, and she sang it right.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
after, and she was phenomenal. She was deaf though. She was like, she lost her all hearing at 18.
Yeah.
And she was able to sing beautifully. Simon Cowell gave her a golden buzzer, and the interpreter
yeah.
was interpreting all the stuff the judges were saying. I don't know. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Or like you see at concerts when people like will have it just for people that can still
Like the rap
watch it.
Oh, yeah. I've
the-
seen
That's my favorite thing to watch.
when she's doing this and the guy thinks she's dancing and then he comes over and
Yes.
she's dancing and then it's like no, she's interpreting.
Yeah, and because
Like-
she's moving to the beat because she can
Yeah, she
feel. They can feel the beat. They just can't hear it
Yeah.
and the words. But then when we have an interpreter or intervener, that's always helpful. My aunt is actually an intervener at the Helen Keller Center
Oh.
in Toronto. So so she knows not just that, but like 2-hand manual and like it's another way where like they write like super thick like words and letters for people who are deafblind.
Yeah.
Because she works with them, and now she's in like a coordinating position, but she's always talking about how, like it's really helpful and how you never realize like when you have a senses taking away from you and you need like that help on a daily basis for simple things or even stuff that we don't realize until something happens or until we see someone going through that and we help them out. And that's why
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting, and learning like ASL would be really cool.
Would you like to choose a card?
Okay.
Choose a card.
Choose
Pick
a
any
card.
card.
Ooh. This is an interesting one.
All over
I love this.
interesting.
I know. I love this.
What is an irrational fear that you have?
Tiles.
What?
I'm afraid of.
Explain.
I
need to know.
Can
like,
you
okay.
expand on that?
Yes, expand, please.
Little tiny like tiles like this big, like mosaics. Like when they're wet, it's just really weird. I just
Okay.
don't like looking at them and like,
Irrational
scared.
fear. What does that exactly entail?
Like something that's it's like it's stupid, or like it's something that's
It's
like
dumb,
so,
but you're scared of.
yeah, it's something minor that it's something that's completely irrational to like fear, but it's something that you're scared of. You
Like
know.
I can't.
Like
go
scared
near
of, or like, oh, I just don't like looking at that. Like
I don't know. I think it's something that you're scared of.
Like,
but
it's not
something, It's a
OCD.
minor
It's
thing.
not like
no, it's not
OCD.
OCD.
Okay.
It's like
But like I'm
Because
something
that's why
that's
it was
really
that. I was
new.
like, I have a lot of that.
It's like it's a fear that you don't really need to have, but it's something that scares you. Like,
Okay.
for example, I don't like spiders. That's something that I have. Like, unless it's like we don't live in an area
they
where
could be poisonous.
they could, but not where we live. Okay, we're not an
No.
exotic place. Oakville is
It's
like
super exotic. What are you talking about?
Oakville.
Get out. No, it's
Oh,
no,
God.
but like we're not like in Australia or Brazil where spiders can just fly. Sometimes that's
what?
yeah. No, in Brazil there's spiders like when they hatch eggs or whatever they fly. They're like in the sky and they're casting webs like Spider-Man almost, and they just fly in the air. And I'm never going to Brazil or anywhere wherever those spiders are
Brazil,
from.
yeet.
Sorry, Henry. You know what? I can't go to your homeland.
All right. Rational fear. I don't know. It's when I don't know. Maybe it's just like when I do something for someone and they seem happy, like you give them a gift or you go do something for them, right? And you don't I feel like I don't exactly meet their expectation or something. I don't know. No.
No, that's
That's kind
That's
of
reasonable.
that's pretty
It makes-
rational.
It's
pretty rational.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense. It's
Okay.
reasonable.
That's another one then. Oh, no, I was gonna say no. I don't know. I don't really know if I have any rational fears, to be honest. I'm not afraid of spiders. Nothing like that. Nothing like tiles or something or
No,
small
but, like,
things.
we've been apartment shopping, and like I will not go into a shower that has super tiny tiles,
Yeah,
and they're
no.
like
Don't do it.
gross and just like
tiles are a lot because like grout gets in them because we have tiles on our main floor. We have to steam it once a year, and it's so annoying because we have to get machines and then like go on the tiles and remove it, and then it gets dirty like a week later, and then we just repeat 365 days.
I hate tiles.
That's fair. I get that.
It's really not.
That's why it's an
better if you
irrational
have
fear.
one. I don't have one. I can't think of
Maybe
one.
that's a
honestly.
good thing, because then you're not going around saying I'm afraid of tiles, which I have been doing this entire summer when we're looking for apartments.
Any like requirements, allergies? Yeah, I'm afraid of fucking small ass tiles.
Yeah, I told Marion and Alex that because I'm moving in with them,
Mhm.
and they're just like, "Wait, what? Could you expand upon why we can't have tiny tiles in the house?"
Yes.
Like, well,
Well, it's a rational fear.
yeah.
All right, Denise, you pick one then.
Aight. Let's see. They're two sticking together.
Ooh.
Oh, fine, this one. If an actor would play you if a movie was... What actor would play you if a movie was made about your life?
Oh,
Ooh.
I think
that's
I've
tough.
I've thought of this before, but I can't remember who it was.
I've never thought of this question before.
Who was it?
Like, do they have to... They probably have to look similar to you.
They do. Yeah, that's a factor. It's like you gotta get like. I don't
Like,
know. If it's about a
I have
specific
very
person.
few options because there are very few Filipino
Like,
actors
see,
out there.
Let's take a look at the movie Dahmer. Like,
Okay, how about
Ross Lynch looks like like the way they styled him, he looks similar to Jeffrey Dahmer. He's got the same blonde hair,
yeah?
brown-eyed look as he did, but you know, we're not
Yeah.
gonna talk about a serial killer.
Do you want? How about this? It doesn't. They don't have to necessarily look like you or have the same ethnicity. Like, cause, it like.
Okay, but we're not gonna have
It's
Scarlett
more-
Johansson come in and play roles for people of different
No,
backgrounds.
I want Scarlett Johansson to play me, you guys.
I don't know who. I kind of want to say. Who was it? The guy that plays Shazam in the new movie.
Okay.
Because he's just very like the way I see him acting and stuff and how he acts like a kid. I'm like that could totally be me, right?
Okay. All right.
But it would have to be someone that's like somewhat obnoxious, like at times and like loud.
But you're not
I don't know.
obnoxious. That's the thing.
I can be sometimes.
You're alright.
You're good.
You're
Why?
good.
If you were obnoxious, Gaetano, we wouldn't be here right
We
now.
would be
Let's
making
be
this
real.
podcast.
We wouldn't be sitting here
Yeah.
talking.
I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, you guys have ideas?
I don't really know. Like, I guess the person that would be like close in age and that would be good to play would be Haley Steinfeld.
I was
I guess.
thinking that for you.
Really?
Just now, yeah. I was like, yeah, Haley Steinfeld.
But I don't know. Like, would it be like that's the thing? Is it if it's one actor and it's a movie about my life? Is it like me currently right now or like older, younger? Like
That's true, yeah.
Like you'd have to have 3 actors for different stages in your life if you want to get young version of you, present or future. I don't know, but I think her would be the best, and for a younger one.
If I was to pick a child actor for like to represent my childhood, it would definitely be Cody or Dylan Sprouse. Sorry, Jesus, Cole or Dylan Sprouse. I'm
Oh my god!
fuck. I'm so sorry.
Cody
I'm
Miller.
so sorry.
Cole Sprouse is gonna attack you on Twitter now.
Dude, and I love Riverdale as well. That's
Oh.
sad.
Fuck.
What
But it would be
you wanna
Cole or
do?
Dylan Sprouse.
Okay, but
If
that
I
was
was to
our
represent childhood, definitely
Yeah.
them because I had admired them and they were so much like me, especially Sweet Life on Deck and stuff.
Mhm.
Dude, it was so funny. And then when they were in the movies, like really older ones with Adam Sandler, you guys know like Big Daddy and stuff.
I
I've
think
heard
so.
of it. I've never watched it.
It's one where
Yeah.
basically Adam Sandler finds like I think the twins both like switch on and off because they're twins.
Yeah.
But they play one character and
they do.
um,
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Adam Sandler raises that kid.
Uh-huh.
It's like kind of like a little emotional, cutesy family one,
Yeah.
right? But even like at that stage in their life, still, yeah, like it would be Cole or Dylan Sprouse for my childhood.
All right.
But I don't know for now. I don't know.
What about you, Danice?
I really don't know. I'll play myself.
There you
Hey.
go. There you go. You're the best actor.
Denise Masaba as Denise Masaba.
Look
go.
at that.
Hair flip.
It'll be like Lin-Manuel Miranda in all of his works.
Basically.
Oh my god, I love Lin-Manuel Miranda. He's amazing. Yeah,
Yes.
he couldn't play me, I don't think, but he could, but like he wouldn't fit me properly, but like he's just a person I look up to as well.
Yeah.
He's a fucking idol man.
Did you know In the Heights is gonna become a movie?
I know. Oh my god.
Wait, when did they announce that?
Like
earlier
month
this
ago?
year.
Or like it was earlier this year, but then
There was
like,
talks, but they confirmed it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And well, right now there's a tour for In the Heights or something because Anthony Ramos is playing.
No, it wasn't a tour. It was just
a
at
tour.
the it was just at the Kennedy Center.
Oh.
It was just
I
like
thought
a,
it was
it was
a
very
tour.
short.
Well, Vanessa Hudgens was in it. She played Vanessa.
Yeah.
So I guess it could work. You could play Denise as Denise.
Mhm.
All right, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Wow, this is fun.
I like this. Okay. Kind of on the topic of before. What is your number one goal for the year ahead?
Ooh. I guess for me it would be just getting accepted to university or whichever
Yeah.
or like program that I want to get into, which would be the journalism one. And 'cause it's hard and I'm scared of whatever of like creating portfolio and now looking into that and trying to research and doing that. And then if I were to get accepted, that would be like a big victory, I guess, which it's probably a cliche one for all grade 12s right now, but that would be the goal.
That's just weird to think. Like, we're in grade 12 now.
Right? We're seniors.
This is so weird. God, it feels like High School Musical or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. It
we're-
feels unreal. It's not. Like,
It's
we're not
even
ready.
weirder when you leave. Let me tell you.
But yeah, me personally, I have a lot of goals. Like, I want to leave my mark at Loyola, even though I don't really like the
Yeah.
place. Choked on my own spit on those delicious cookies. I want to leave my mark. I want to graduate. I want to definitely get accepted in university, and I think that's definitely one that's like my main goal is to get accepted into the university I want to go to. Which I don't know which one right now. It's just I'm gonna put all those offers out there, and hopefully someone will take me.
What about you for your first year of university? What's your goal?
Oh, I'd love to within this month before September get an apartment and just like manage not to like die before
That-
December.
You know what? That's a good goal. Just surviving.
Just
See-
surviving.
Your go-to for food is like those cheap noodles you buy at the grocery store. They're like $1.
Those are delicious.
I've never had those. I should try them.
You've never had
Like
Instant noodle?
No, I've never had instant
my
noodle.
boy. That's so good.
Fam, even though I'm Italian, I grew up with like pasta, burgers, and just more pasta,
Nice.
and some salad, some good ass
some
salad.
good salads with some good dressing. I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, the good shit,
Oh yeah.
the good stuff. Yeah. All right, Jess, your turn.
My turn. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. This is a deep one.
Ooh, deep. I love deep.
What?
These are like, yeah.
What human emotion do you wish didn't exist?
Sadness, instantly. Because I don't like to see anyone sad. I don't like to be sad.
Wait, what was the question?
But the world would be more positive if there was no like anger or negative
True.
in
So-
the world.
Thank you.
welcome.
What human emotion do you wish didn't exist?
Yeah, I would still say it was sadness.
Worry.
Ooh,
Ooh,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
fear.
Fear. No, yeah.
No, I think it's
worry.
good to have a bit of fear in the world. Because it usually gets to motivate someone.
Like fear is good, but then there's a point where it crosses into worry, and then that kind of becomes irrational.
Oh
You
shit!
know.
Damn. Connections. So sadness, fear, worrying,
Worry.
I guess anxiety. I think
Ooh,
because they all of them that we've kind of said they all interplay with one another, and anxiety is something that a lot of people have right now, especially during the world. And
Yeah, I
it
find
was
this-
Mental illness.
yes.
no, because it is
Being
Very
mentally
important.
ill.
If you guys
There
are
we go.
ever ill with that kind of stuff, please call a helpline. Everyone, and there's
Talk
always
to-
someone out there to help
Talk
you.
to somebody, a friend.
Yeah, it's always from personal experience as well. Even just talking to a friend helps a fucking ton.
It does.
So
Yeah, don't
yeah.
be alone because that's dangerous.
And if you
aren't alone.
don't consult anyone, your friend, a therapist, if you think because that makes you seem weak or anything, it does not.
Yeah.
PSA.
You do that because it helps you become stronger, and if you don't do that, it may lead on to other circumstances where you feel you need to, make moves yourself, and don't do that because you're never alone.
Exactly.
PSA. We got you guys.
Yeah.
We care.
We got you.
We care.
Hashtag we care.
I feel like sadness, we kind of need that in order to be happy, because when you're sad, you cry, you kind of like, what's the word? Like, how do you describe it? Like,
puts the happiness into perspective.
you do. And
It feels more better when you get
When
to
you-
appreciate the happiness when you're sad.
Yeah, and it's like when you're sad, it's like you kind of let out all your feelings. You get to like, it's like
You get to
an
vent it,
outpour.
output, express everything. Yeah.
What is it? Well, it's cathartic. That was the word. That was
Words.
our drama
Words,
teacher.
I was like-
I know. I've done schooling for so long, but I still. My brain is like slow with words, but cathartic in the sense where you get to release pent up emotions, and when you think of all the good times that makes you sad, it just reminds you that when those good times happen, you're not going to remember feeling sad, and it's kind of like you let out everything in order to find that happiness.
Yeah.
And with anxiety, it's like it goes with worry. We have anxieties about minor or major things, and it can, and if you don't talk about it, and if you don't let it out or have like someone to support you through that, it can build up, and those worries, major and minor, can just culminate, and that would just lead to a lot of hurt and a lot of anguish mentally. So I feel like anxiety, that would be one I wish didn't exist.
True.
Especially with our generation today. I feel like we experience a lot of anxiety right now as a whole.
Yeah. True. All right, Denise, next one.
Okay. Oh, I see it and I like it.
I like it.
You just won $1 million. What is the first thing you will spend it on?
Spend or do with it.
Well, we'll
Whatever you
just
do
say
with
do
it.
with it.
Okay, first off, $1 million. I would save. It's hard to split up. I would save $200,000 for education funds.
Yes.
Right.
That's good.
Right off the bat. Second, I have $800,000 left.
Math.
Booyah.
Good math skills.
I have $800,000. $500,000 would be split amongst my family in all, right?
Fair enough.
I said 500,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 500,000, and I would say 200,000 alone goes to just my parents, so 100,000 for each.
Yeah.
Right,
fair enough.
and that's 300,000 for the rest of the family. That can go between my sisters and whatever. That
Yeah.
goes to their college funds as well, and then I'm left with 300,000.
Yeah.
And the 300,000, I would spend 100,000 on charity, giving it to charity and stuff.
Nice.
100,000 on helping my church, because over the years we were trying to get this hall to be done and built. So 100,000 will go to that.
That's cool.
And with the last 100,000, I guess that would be to just. I would say
Cash it out.
100,000 would go into my personal bank account savings, so that way I can build interest on it. And a bit of it would be for spending, but however, I would try to prevent too much spending. So I may buy a cheap car, like
There
a
you
cheap
go.
car for myself, just enough one that I can just come around. So like I'm
Yeah.
talking 2,000, like at max $5,000 car, because I know insurance is
Alright.
expensive.
Fair enough.
So that'll rally up eventually. And so while the money for my school is being saved up and building interest, that money I'm using to spend. So for a car, and I would also spend with my friends, probably go out like a night or something, or even spend a week with them, go camping or something, and yeah,
Oh, that's fun.
have
That's
a
cool.
baller time. But yeah. Oh, I almost forgot as well. I would put aside, and I've said this since like I made like a little, not covenant, but a little thing, a pact with myself, and that since I signed the contract to be with my agency, I told myself if I ever get a gig, and this kind of implies with it, aka enough money, the first thing I would spend that paycheck to is to help trademark / copyright, or just trademark Gooshlims, for them, for Ryan and Chris. And then I would be willing to spend the money, but I would put it under all of our names as friends that give it to them.
Yeah.
And
Legally, I don't know if that's possible.
it doesn't have to be legal. It can be maybe under my name, but like if I'm talking about like listen, right? This is from all of us, just to like let them know like it's from us, right?
Yeah.
Fuck the legal shit. But yeah, and so and then the other thing I would pay for as well is trademark Gooshlems, and as well buy Chris and Ryan some equipment for their their production company, Gooshlems, because that helped me a lot. That includes buying Chris a new camera, and yeah.
Nice.
And that would give me $50,000 left, and that would be for paying insurance for car and stuff. Boom, done.
Wow.
Thought of that for a while.
Very good. Very good.
There's a lot of math.
All right, Denise.
Denise is like, I put all my bank account for interest. Boom, done.
No, I feel like, okay, so I'd save like...
Love you too.
I'd save like maybe like 10,000 and maybe like 50,000 for, is that math? Yeah,
That's
right.
60,000.
60,000. I need to like write it down.
60,000, so you're left with 940,000.
Yeah, okay, so 50,000 would be like apartment expenses and also like tuition, because like my tuition for my program isn't that expensive,
Right.
which is great.
Yay
It's
for
fun.
tuition.
But then like I feel like, okay, how much do I have left?
You have 940,000
Okay,
left.
so I would take 10,000 and kind of just save that for like myself, like in the future, interest. Wow.
Ooh, math.
Yeah. Then I feel like 500,000. I want to figure out how, I don't know what's going on upstairs.
Oh, they're just summoning a demon. It's okay.
Oh,
All good.
it's typical day.
Typical
day. 500,000. I want to do like some sort of charitable work. I don't know if I trust a charity with it. I might have to do it myself, because like there's a lot of politics in charities
There is.
and stuff, and like I
How
want
much
to
money would
make
you put to that?
like half of it.
So 500,000? Okay.
Put it towards that, because like there's like so many homeless people out there, like in other like countries and different continents. There's like so much that you can do. Also, let's concentrate on Canada. The Indigenous kids, they don't have
Yes.
clean water.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
you
true.
should.
We should
Louder.
do something.
Louder
Yeah.
for people.
We should do something, and
all
I
across
think
the country.
like 500,000. Like you could do like a lot with that charity wise, and the rest I would give to my family.
Smart. I like that.
Jess, your turn.
Oh boy. Well,
You got $1 million. What you gonna do with it?
$1 million? Well, damn. I don't know. You guys both have really good plans right there, but I guess for me, I would use 100,000 just for schooling. I guess save it up, because right now it's like when you're looking at all the costs, it's a little scary, but
Especially for rent or like res.
yes,
Res is
Jeez, man.
expensive.
res, and even off-campus apartments, it's like
Off campus is expensive.
yeah, and with all the amenities and stuff, I would just have 100,000 to cover tuition, book fees, even like rent. I would obviously still work, so that way if I need it like in an emergency, I'll take it, but if it's there, then I save it for like personal use, and I would give the rest to my family, not like all 900,000. I'd give it to my family. I would give it to my parents first and foremost, my brother for his university too, and then I'd also give it to like grandparents, aunts, uncles, like a lot of people who I love and look up to, and that people who've raised me to be the person that I am.
That's
and I would
true,
want
too.
it. I want to give it to them as well. Other than that, that's about it for family. And then after that, it would just be donating to charities. I would want to donate to Sick Kids Hospital. It's a good place.
Yeah.
Was a patient there at one point, and I'd want to give back to a community that really helped me, especially for kids who go in there every day and they're younger, and some are even babies, like just born, almost a year old, and they're going in and out fighting for their lives for stuff, like whether it's heart conditions, cancer even. I'd give it to them. And when charities and even organizations pull away from places like that, when they don't recognize that, it upsets me a lot, and I would want to give back to them no matter what their operations are. They're helping kids every single day.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen.
And after, and again, I think with you as well, what you said with Indigenous communities, especially with clean drinking water,
Yeah.
a lot of communities don't have that. And our government is spending millions of dollars trying to train people and to fix these like sewage systems. And like there's still communities out there that have boil advisories where it's like if
it's
you
like
don't
third
know.
world conditions over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's boil advisories basically where you're told to boil your water for 2 to 3 minutes before drinking or even using it for like cleaning purposes. And so that's why I would want to invest in that. And just into like a bunch of different charities I'd want to do because it's like I have the money to do so I want to help different causes that I support. And then after that, I don't know how much I'd give. Like I'd have to determine all that and sit down. And I'm not a math person. I'm terrible with numbers. Good with words, good with reading. I can't math. But
That's why
I'm
I
literally the
give it up.
opposite. I'm pretty good with math, but I can't speak English for my life.
I was
can't
so
English.
scared. You set the bar so high when you started like listing down numbers. It's like,
Yeah.
oh god.
I was like, what? How much does he have left now?
I thought of that a lot.
And then I guess the next thing would be I would do another 100,000 for traveling, just to travel the world.
Oh,
traveling.
so true.
I would want to take like a year off, spend like at least 100,000 of my million, and travel,
That's
and
true.
just go like Europe, Australia, Asia. I'd want to travel to different countries, just for like
Not
a year.
Brazil because there's the spiders.
Yeah.
The flying spiders.
Well, I mean, wherever the spiders are in Brazil, I'll just avoid that specific area. But like Rio de Janeiro, or going to like even Dominican Republic. I went there last time, a couple months ago.
Boca Boca. Is it Boca Boa? No, Boa Boa.
Bora Bora.
Bora Bora.
Yeah. I would want to go back. Yeah, I'd want to go, or maybe even Cuba,
I can't
Mexico.
believe you said Boca
Boca Boca. Boca Boca, Cody Sprouse. I'm fucking it all up today, guys.
It's like Toca Boca, that app game that came out. Do you guys
That's
remember?
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Of.
I would also want to just travel across Canada and the U.S. too, see different like places of note, like historical and like beautiful, scenic.
Yeah.
I'd want to do all of that and like travel across and even like stay for extended times. Like I want to do that, and that's what I'd use my money for. Because I personally think traveling's fun. Even though I don't do much of it, but I would love to go and travel like the world, and I would use that money if I had like $1 million. I would use that just to travel for like a year, and that's it.
True.
Nice.
So yeah,
All right, next one. That was a good one.
that was very good.
I love this box of cards.
Me too. This was a great idea.
Yeah. My mom's like, so that you and your friends have something to talk about. I was like, oh, thanks, Mom.
Oh, I hate this question.
Oh, what is it? What is it?
It's your last day on Earth. How are you gonna spend it?
Kate.
Fuck.
Realistically, crying because you know that.
Because it's my last day.
It's my last day. I feel like I haven't done enough. That's like the realistic answer.
I can't really make an. You go first because I can't really say.
For me, it would be cutting off people I don't like, or just saying, you know what,
Oh,
this is
it's
how
so
I
true.
really feel about you, and just swear,
that's
cuss,
true.
get out all of my anger first
Never
and
mind, I'm gonna
foremost.
cry.
I get all my anger on people I hate specifically the most, because it's like, you know what, we're gonna die, it doesn't matter, you know what, screw you, or this and that. And then I would just go and wreak havoc, meaning,
You basically be the purge.
not even the
Just murder some motherfuckers and break in some windows.
I hate you, grabs axe, slash people. No, but like, the end is coming anyway, why would I waste it killing people and taking out lives when they're already gonna be dead, you know?
So true.
It's true. I would just wreak havoc, meaning like I would break laws, like rob a store. It's like, you know, it doesn't matter. Money's a construct. Time is a construct at this point. Everything's like
Money is a
everything's. It is a construct. Shout out to Mr. DeStefano.
Personally, I wouldn't personally. I think I would say all the shit. We're like, oh, I hate you as a fucking person. I hate you.
Like, I
But
hate
I
you,
don't
I
think-
hate you, I
Yeah.
hate you.
But I don't think I would do anything besides that. And negative in that.
Or, you know,
Personally, I'm the one where I'm like, I'm super Catholic, and I'm like, I don't want the guy up there to like me come up there
if there's a guy
with my
there.
soul and like
That's true.
and like
True.
I'm like I go up there and he's like, bro, I just saw you kill 50 people. You're going down there, and I'm like, I'm sorry. No, I wouldn't break or I wouldn't kill anyone. I wouldn't steal anything, but I definitely would be up to something. Just like I would do something probably like I would try to steal, but then guilt would get me and I'm like, fuck this, man. Like or I'd go into like a Best Buy or something really expensive store, like a Gucci store, and just like throw on a baseball and just break everything.
There you go.
That's the closest thing I could do, like super bad. But no, but I don't know.
But like, why does your last day on Earth have to be like of bad things?
It doesn't have to be bad things. The point I was gonna say is like
People always gravitate towards that.
Yeah.
Like they're like, I'll kill somebody.
Because
I'll
people
steal.
when the end is near, it's like people resort to chaos.
Yeah.
It's like when there's like an alarm or fire alarm, something goes off, no one's expecting it.
Human
Everyone says
instinct.
remain calm and orderly. Everyone runs out, but
It's true.
everyone runs
Sorry.
out screaming. But the end of the world, you don't have to be like people will resort to that. But what you as an individual could do is not just tell people who you hate, like, this is how I really feel about you, or this and that. Tell the people that are around you, that are close to you, tell them how much you love them. And, like,
That's true.
enjoy your last day, and, like, even, you know, admit, like, I really care about you, you mean this much to me. You mean, like, you know, make it positive, where it's, like, you can cut off people that were negative to you during your life, but then you focus...
Yeet.
You focus on the people who, like, genuinely love and care for you, and who are always going to be there for you. You make the most of your time with them.
Yeah.
Like, family, friends, doesn't matter. You spend your time with them.
Depending when that would be, if that's when that'd be like tomorrow, if that'd be in the future.
Exactly. You don't know when the end of the world is going to be. And not just the end of the literal world, but your world.
Yeah.
You just make the most of it.
But what was I gonna say? But personally, I don't know. It'd be if I'm breaking it down to hours, because there's 24 hours in a day. 12 hours would be with family. No, not 12. 10 hours would be with family. I would say 5 hours to 8 hours with. I'd say 8 hours with friends. Right, so that's 18 hours. I have 7 hours left. No, 6 hours left of my day. If I have a loved one in my life or a partner at that time, I would spend probably the rest of it with them. And yeah, I don't know. Well, no. If it's 6 hours, spend 4 hours with them, and then 2 hours with doing something really fun or doing something you've always just wanted to do for the fuck of it.
There comes that math skills again. Just breaking down your day by the hours.
Shit, it's integrated into my skull.
Well, that's good, though. That's good. But I do agree. That's a pretty good way to break it down. You do a little bit of everything and you enjoy your day. I like that.
Yeah. Because you have to take into consideration that you want to have fun, but you have to also balance the fact that there are people that care and love for you that may not be the most fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like your family, but they care about you. They brought you into this world. They raised you to who you are.
You can at least
Usually.
at least spend the time, because they brought
Exactly.
you into this world. If you're all going out of it, you go out of it together.
Yeah, and if I could, and that's a lot of time. Half the day. That's a lot. So,
There
yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
Well, Denise has left us briefly, so how should we fill in the space? Because I don't think we should do the next question until she gets here. Or comes
I don't know.
back. Eat more gummy worms? Or gummy bears? Yes.
Sure.
The bears.
All right, let's do this. Just random things. Would you rather have feet for hands or hands for feet?
Hands for feet, because it's practically the same thing. Like, it just, I don't know. Just picture hands for feet.
I come here.
Okay, where it is. Oh, wow. What is this?
Cookies on water cups.
Wow.
Look at this balance on
Thank
this girl.
you.
Oh my goodness, I'm so scared.
It's okay. They're safe. They're safe.
They're not moist. Don't worry.
Here we go.
Thank you so
I got
much.
more and I got waters.
Thank you.
Do you have water?
No.
You want water? Here you go.
Grazie.
Oh wow.
Look at that Italian coming in.
Dude, I love speaking Italian. They were so fun. I didn't
That's-
speak a lot of it, but I spoke a decent amount.
That's cool.
Like the basic responses and stuff. It was fun. I still like sometimes when I'm at home. Well, like when my parents say my name or something, or they say, "Oh, can you do this?" I'm like, "See," because like that's how you say yes in Italian. See.
Mm-hmm.
So these cookies are amazing.
They are. Props to Denise for making amazing cookies.
Wow. Wow.
All right, Denise is here. We should do our next question. That's Jess's turn.
Ooh. Okay. Just gonna put some cookies down. I think I got chocolate in some of the cards. I apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Just wasted GTA 5.
Alright. I'm sorry. Ooh. Okay, this one's interesting. if you could have been born in any time period, which would you choose and why? It's interesting because as a woman...
I'm guessing it has to be now or in the past. It can't be the future because we don't know what that has in the future.
Yes. As a woman, no time was good for us. And
Yeah.
then when you divide it by sexuality, race, religion, it gets a little bit
Oh
worse.
yeah, I was gonna say for me, everyone here, I have the best chances.
Especially
to
if you're
pass.
Italian, because the Romans ruled the world
Yeah.
at one point.
I think personally, you know what, born or live in that time period currently.
Yeah, if you could
your
have been
age right
born
now.
and raised in a time period,
Oh,
which would
born
you
and
choose?
raised.
Yeah. Well, it says if you could have been born in any time period, meaning okay, so if you were to choose it, you would have had to remember growing up and living in that time period.
I honestly wouldn't go back too far. I would literally go back to I would want to be born in the 80s. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay,
The 80s were freaking lit.
fair enough.
Denise,
Denise.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to think.
Yes.
Okay,
It's a little hard for us.
okay.
Because
No
no time.
first thought that came into my head
Yes.
was what if we go back?
To the dinosaurs.
Exactly. That's exactly what I
You
thought.
were born with the
Born and
dinosaurs.
raised with saber-tooth tigers and stuff.
That'd be so cool.
Before the meteor came and destroyed
Yeah, and
them.
there were no social
That's why the 80s. The 80s had the news, but we didn't have social media.
yeah.
Right.
There was back in the when we were
Back in the
Neanderthals and all people we didn't really have social constructs at that point.
True.
We had instincts, but also there's no air conditioning, so I don't know how I feel about that.
Huh.
You just sit in a cold, rocky cave.
Yeah, forever.
Rub some two sticks together, get fire.
That's the life. Wow.
Get some rocks, make some carvings.
How about you, Jess?
See, I don't know, because people always talk about this, oh, well, you know what time period was great? This one or this one. It's wasn't great for all people. If anything, the present is the best time to live in. But if I had to pick one,
Stay woke.
if I had to pick one, I don't know. I think it would just be, I would probably want to it's a tie between either the 60s or 70s.
Okay, wait, are we talking our society, North American society?
I guess
No,
so.
anywhere.
Because,
Oh, really?
Because then
It
I want to
doesn't really
change
say.
my answer, because dinosaur time is not a good answer.
no, but it doesn't matter what time. It could be any period. You could say Renaissance era. It doesn't matter where. Renaissance.
No, but location-wise, because if I'm going to say go back to a time period, it would be a cool society to live in, the
What?
indigenous one before the settlers came.
That's
would be.
true.
That would be
That was cool.
that would be really fun.
Because there's a lot of culture and history there that's been there for thousands of years and it's been erased.
Yeah.
Essentially through settlers and colonization.
Yeah, I would say I don't know, Egyptian society would be fun too, because I'd like to see how the pyramids were made.
Like
but
ancient
also,
society, ancient civilizations.
ancient
But also
civilizations.
slaves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I say indigenous society before settlers, because there weren't really slaves.
That's true. And women also had a lot of rights in certain tribes. They were more maternal.
and the roles were better split up.
This for a second or two tasted like those cookies. You get those Pillsbury cookies during
the
seasons and
special
stuff.
edition
Yeah.
ones.
That tastes like that for a second,
Ooh.
and I had some nostalgia go through my system.
Oh
Aw.
wow.
I love those cookies.
Would you
so
go back
much.
to the time period when those were first invented?
Oh my god, yeah. Actually, you know what? I don't know when it was. If it was the 60s, 70s, or 80s, or not. It was definitely not the 90s. That's way too late. But I would want to be born in the... Correct myself. I would want to be born in the 70s,
Okay.
based on where my dad was born. Because,
Okay.
and then I would invest in Apple.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay, that's smart.
you're smart.
Or invest in major technologies. Microsoft and Apple.
But this is.
So I'm just going back
But
10
it says
years.
if
So
you
I'd be a
could be-
teenager in the 80s.
But if you could be born in any time period, you wouldn't know about Apple and its success because you were growing up and you were a kid.
That's true. But
But if you were to time
But
travel,
but if you're even if you're born there, right? If you're in a time period where you're going out and stuff, and you're some people were actually smart in the fact that they genuinely could see potential in them because it was technology. Technology was increasingly changing, and beyond expectations of people.
Yeah.
Right? So you should kind of see that and be like, open your eyes and be like, listen, maybe you should put some money into that. That's what I would do.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
Which also goes into the part of me earlier about the whole $1 million. I forgot to say, but I'd also invest some money, not into Apple, but into just a few things here
Like
and
new
there.
innovations and stuff.
I kind of want to say I'd put it into real estate,
Oh,
I don't know.
True. That would be smart, especially.
especially now, because the thing, oh my god, in Italy, buying a house there, extremely cheap.
Really.
Because the living is bad and there's not a lot of employment there. Compared to here, it's hell expensive.
And there's a lot more
hell
employment
expensive.
opportunities too, but
Yeah.
even those, like, most fits sometimes part-time, sometimes minimum wage. It's a variety of stuff. And like,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. I would want to go back to 60s or 70s too. And like, or like even to grow up in the 80s, because that
That'd be
was
cool.
like anything before that for me as a white female would not be a good time period. But anything like after that, growing up, people are getting more rights, witnessing events like, you know, civil rights movements, or even protesting Vietnam, or even seeing the Berlin Wall fall, like stuff like that. That would be cool to go back and see. And even as like a woman, and seeing how the role was changing towards the end of the 20th century, that would be cool to see that. It wouldn't necessarily be the best time to be alive and to work, but it would be interesting to see that and like observe it from afar, and seeing how, like how you were saying, technology is growing and it was increasing a lot, and we had no idea what was going to come with
The
the
potential.
internet. No, because then when Google and all the social media platforms started coming up, it was
Facebook.
cool. Yeah, or like even
Mark
you know what?
Zuckerberg.
If we were to like grow up,
Genius.
if we were to be born like in the 90s and to grow up seeing that, that would be cool. Like to be like a millennial
Yeah.
and seeing how technology
actual
changed so
millennial?
much.
'Cause
Yeah,
we're
an
Gen
actual
Z.
millennial. We are Gen Z, but like millennials saw a lot of change
You know who?
really fast.
You know who's a millennial?
Who's a
Sacco.
millennial?
That's the best part. She always
Sucker.
says, "Oh, you millennials, like, miss, you're a millennial too."
Yeah, you're
Here's
a
with
millennial.
millennials thinking that they're not millennials.
It's weird because technically they're Gen Y. Because before Generation X would be like our parents, so anyone born like in
Yeah.
like 70s towards like the end, like in the 80s, those are Gen X. Or no, it would be mid 60s
I
to
was
like
gonna say to like end of 70s.
yeah, to the end of the 70s. That's Generation X because they grew up during the 80s. The one before that was baby boomers. So Gen X is like the middle child between two big generations. Millennials are big.
Mm-hmm.
Baby boomers were big. They were the biggest by far. Then millennials came and overtook them.
Yeah.
And then there's our generation too, which is it's pretty big, but like between Gen
We're
X,
pretty big, but we're pretty loud.
we are.
That's the
And
thing.
yeah, we are. And also
Very vocal.
that is true. That is true. We're very loud. And we also have social media platforms. Millennials kind of saw the rise of the internet and experienced a lot of stuff, but I don't know, because like we grew up in a world where 9/11 happened. We don't remember a time before that
Yeah.
because we were all babies.
I
We were
was, I
infants.
think, 6 months old when that happened.
Yeah,
So,
I was
yeah.
8 months old, and like my mom was like we were sitting on the couch just holding me and watching the news, and then that
Oh
showed
shit!
up.
Twin Towers are falling.
Yeah, and so that's why. And so,
Jessica.
but millennials are
God.
that's what happened. And what's worse is that was my dad's birthday. So
Oh really?
yeah, so it was
Oh, fuck.
scary because my mom was at home with me, a baby, and she's like, "Is he okay?" Something like.
Was your dad in New York at the time?
No, he wasn't. But it's like no one knew what was gonna happen. Like nothing. No one could have predicted 9/11 happening, and it's like the fact he was
Simpsons
out and
did.
about. And Johnny, what was it was a cartoon.
Johnny Test.
Johnny Test, yeah.
Johnny.
Yeah, and they had a poster in the background of like towers on fire, and it was.
Oh really?
Yeah, they have it a lot, but yeah, that's where like millennials kind of have that. Like they remember a time where there wasn't the fear of terrorism. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they didn't grow up. They grew up
That's
with like
why we're
the
so
internet.
anxious.
It's true, and also
Yeah,
like
boys.
a lot of other factors today. You know, like gun control. All of that's a big debate now. We're growing up with that. Millennials, not that they didn't have that fear too, but like it's a lot now. And now with like social media for us, it's like that everything's out there. Everything's out there. News like cycles always pick up on the negative. You know, like CNN or
Yeah.
Big news.
But yeah, I guess growing up before all of that happened would be pretty cool. Okay.
Wow! I'm having the greatest time.
This is awesome.
What would your mom, boss, and best friend say makes you you?
Sorry, say that again. Your mom, boss.
So, basically, your mom, boss, and best friend, what would they say makes, like, Gaetano, or Jess?
Ooh.
I have no fucking
I think I know. Attitude.
Wait, do they all have to have the same one? Like,
Oh, yeah.
I guess they could be separate. I don't know. We make the rules.
Mine would. I don't know. I used to say stuff like, oh, like one attribute for me would be I'm energetic a lot, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if that's that anymore because there's a lot of times now where I go out with friends, I'm just tired.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, let's start with your mom.
What would your mom say?
My
about
mom, personally, I think she would say that I'd have a big heart, and although sometimes I don't necessarily get to do a lot for everyone, I try to do as much as I can for as many people as I can. My boss would say I'm a hard worker for sure, and my best friend would say I have a big heart as well, I think, or that I care about a lot of people.
you? Nice.
Jess.
I
Your
can't.
mom.
I think.
Jess,
mom.
your mom.
Your
Your mom. My mom's great.
Your mom so much.
Wow. Thanks. She really loves you too, Denise.
Right.
I can't pick like individual things because I don't really know my boss that well. The one that I did know moved away, so I can't say what she'd say about me. But I think right now I could categorize it as attitude, which could be positive, negative, or in between. My mom would say I have an attitude where it's like I'm outgoing, where I can talk, be loud and vocal, and then I can also be stubborn with like attitude. So if I give attitude and I'm being stubborn, that would be one thing she would describe me because like. We have a good relationship and like we're really good friends and we're close, so like I'm very like casual with her about a lot of stuff. So then when I'm being stubborn and I forget, I have an attitude sometimes, where it's like I can just talk to her as if I'm talking to one of my friends, and then she's like okay, hold on, I'm your mom, and I'm like, okay, you're right, I know. And I know I forget.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where it's like I have that relationship with her where we're super comfortable like that. Whereas my boss currently, my new manager that's come in, she's really sweet. She doesn't know me that well, but I feel like the one that does know me is my favorite sales lead, who I won't name, but I think she would say attitude because one time when I was very vocal about how I feel about my current work and how it's like I want more hours, this and that. It's like she didn't like the fact that I was a young, like I'm a teenager. Everyone else in my work is university, even like mid-20s, they're that old. Like, so I'm like one of the youngest. And when I was being vocal and actually vocalizing my opinion, like this is how I feel, she didn't like that. So she'll probably say that my attitude is one thing that defines me, and that's fine. And even with my friends, like if someone, like I'm a very loyal, honest friend, and if someone were to hurt my friends, I would have an attitude. I would how would I say it? Like I'm very loyal and protective of my friends, and anyone who hurts them, get out of my way. It's
Amen to that.
Don't hurt my friends, and we won't have a problem. And that's why it's like I care about them and I care about the people around me, and I guess my attitude might define that. Mm-hmm. Denise,
The nicest
'Kay.
person
What do you think?
ever.
Oh wow, you guys. So what would your mom? My mom would say my stubbornness makes me me because like
Yes.
basically all the decisions I made in like grade 12 were like contrary to what she wanted. She's like, get a pink dress for prom. I'm like, no, I'm going to get yellow. She's like, why? Why not pink? And she's like, go to U of T. I'm like, Ryerson sounds fun. And she's like, go into nursing. I'm like, philosophy is what I'm gonna do. She's like, live at home. I think I'm gonna move out, Mom. So she's just like, she knows, like, I guess, like, a big part of me to my mom is, like, my stubbornness and, like, I guess, determination.
You're wanting to be independent at some points?
Yeah.
With your own decisions.
She'd call it stubbornness. My boss would say I'm very bubbly when it comes to, like, at least, like, selling stuff, because you kind of have to be, because I work in a plus size store and a lot of women don't feel good about themselves, so you gotta like amp it up so that they feel good about themselves.
Amp them up.
Because it's really sad when they come in and they're not feeling great about themselves. I'm like, oh, miss, I hope not. And my best friend, she'd say naive or stupid. Mostly stupid because, like, I always say things like math. Like, when it comes to math, I'll be like, oh yeah, 2 + 2 = 6. She's like, you're so stupid. But also stupid in the sense that I'm really bad at reading, like, signals and stuff. So, like, when it comes to, like, friends and stuff.
So more naive than stupid. It's like naive
Yeah,
when it comes
but,
to...
like,
Yeah.
it's Bernice, and Bernice would just say, you're so stupid all the time. And it's, like, it's true. Like, I'm very naive when it comes to, like, friendships and stuff, because I give people, like, infinite chances when sometimes people don't deserve them.
True.
So, yeah. Yeah, that's that.
I see.
I do.
I'll pick the last card. And then I think we'll bring this to a draw.
Oh.
Alright. What is something you have recently made peace with?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Never. Next question. I'm just kidding.
Peace, what is that?
Something or some. We'll make it something or someone, obviously.
True.
Peace with. Me personally, one of my ex-girlfriends finally made peace, and she wasn't being, at the very nicest way I can say it, a nuisance anymore. So
Fair enough.
that was exciting to hear that we're all Gucci now. So
What about you,
yeah.
Jess?
I guess, okay, what is the question? What's something you've recently made peace with? I guess, like, all the bad things that have happened to me in my life. I used to just kind of, like, brush it off. Like, maybe, like, family stuff or, like, relationship stuff. I used to, like, brush it off and, like, try to move forward. But I realized that you can't move forward if you don't make peace with it. And, like, accept, okay, that's what happened. This was, like, objectively what happened. Everything you're feeling is valid. So that, like, you can actually fully, completely move on.
Nice. It's me now?
Jessica.
I don't know. I don't know what I've made peace with recently because I feel like... I'm just trying to think.
Peace. We don't know her.
I guess just the one thing I've come to peace with is that, you know what? People in general, like, when you look at relationships and you think back about how much has changed over the years and how relationships and friendships with people have developed and changed over time, and how time is a huge factor in, like, attitude and how people start to grow and mature and they can grow differently from you. And sometimes people don't grow at all. And one thing I think I've made peace with is that some people can stay where they are. Some people can change, some people can grow. Others just want to stay where they are because of the fear of the unknown.
Amen.
And I think...
I love Denise's casual just amen between certain parts.
And I think people who are too scared to move on and face problems, and people who refuse to
Face
mature
consequences.
and grow. Yeah, face
I
consequences.
hate that so
or
much.
be vocal, or instead of internalizing their problems, they refuse to acknowledge them. They refuse to explain and to communicate properly.
You guys know who you are.
I feel like if people who don't
In general,
do that,
people I know out there, you
can't
guys
help
know who you
people
are.
like that. Just know that if you are like that, if you are a person who cannot communicate their problems, express themselves, if they refuse to confront, and if they refuse to be a confrontational person, and not in a negative way, but confronting issues in their life or problems in a relationship, whether it's friendship, familial relationship, loving relationship, etc. It's like if you can't confront and be an open and engaging person, then like you have a lot of problems that you do need to figure out, and you as a person, if you're someone who's in a relationship with said person, you can't help everyone. You can try and help them change, you can be there and support a person, but if they refuse to grow, it's not worth it. You need to move on, and you need to let that person figure out their lives for themselves, because some things you can have someone teach you, and some things you have to learn by yourself. And one thing that people need to learn for themselves, they need to love themselves first before they can love anybody else.
Growth is
Boom.
growth is so important, man. Wow, character development
It's
is
not-
my king.
It wasn't even me. It was RuPaul that said that. If you can't
I
love
just
yourself,
ended on that. Character development is my kink.
you know what's my kink? RuPaul saying her favorite quote. If you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else? And with
Got
that,
so close to the mic.
because
No.
the people need to know. They need to know that this. They need to know that you need to love yourself first and foremost before you can give yourself to other people.
Hello.
Self-love is the most important love.
Wow, self-love.
Self-love, woo! All right. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that has been our podcast, for my first ever podcast with my lovely guests today.
Thank you for having us.
I love you.
Our lovely guests, Denise and Jess.
I love this. And
We
this.
love our host.
We love
What is this going to be called? You have to make like a title for it or name for it.
No filter.
Hashtag no filter. How about we
Hey,
leave it at
that's so
that?
true.
Oh, wow.
Oh, damn. Look at that smart thinking.
There we go.
And yeah, thank you guys for listening, guys, gals, and
Non-binary,
non-binary
pals.
pals. God, wait, who made that? Was that Not Charlotte. That was the GSA at school.
I think that's a phrase already said anyway. Gals.
Well,
pals,
sure,
non-binary
guys,
pals.
gals, and non-binary pals. Whoever you are, whatever you are, whoever you want to be. Thank you for tuning in.
Tuning in.
Whoever you want. That was so cute.
But yeah, love you all. Thank you for listening. We hope you guys somewhat enjoyed our talkity talks. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.